Hello and welcome to some Spellforce 3. And not any Spellforce 3. It is indeed the series between me and GeAR5shift from Nakamura's Spellforce 3 Cup. The second one. It is still the group stage, and this was my second series here. The first one you should be able to find on Nakamura's channel, Nakamura_RTS. On YouTube as well as on Twitch. You will find that he should upload that in the next couple of days. I'm certain of that. But we're gonna have to get this one here casted because there is a patch coming and that will invalidate all the replays. And that would be a little bit unfortunate if we end up losing all of that. So I'm gonna cast my own series here, which is a little bit weird. So I'm gonna refer to myself as the Mad Hat. And it's gonna give myself a little bit of grief for all the mistakes I do. But to get into the game, we have GeAR5shift in the upper left as the purple orc, and the Mad Hat down in the right corner as the yellow elves. I have been playing as random, so I got pretty lucky that I got the elves here. I think it's one of my strongest factions. And yeah, again, big shout out to Nakamura RTS, who's basically just been solo hosting this entire tournament, organizing it and casting it on YouTube, so definitely check him out. And I'll see you there. And he was so terribly kind to have no problem with me casting any of the replays. So here we are. We're gonna start with this series. So the Mad Hat did just a standard opener, triple woodcutter into the hunting cabin versus GeAR5shift's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lumber mills into double hunting. And we already seen the first 2 sectors taken and upgraded, and there's gonna be more hunting and lumbering coming up. Hero of choice for GeAR5shift is our lovely occultist here, who has picked Demonic Pact, Blood Confluence and Blood Sacrifice to easy clear all of those zombies. Doesn't quite have the Demonic Pact up to just cleave them down in quick succession, so it's gonna do it the old school way, just with Blood Sacrifice into the Leech. So basically one ability applies bleeding to all targets around him, and the second ability leeches 100 life off of each bleeding targets in an AoE around him to restore some health. Whereas on my side, that is a pretty similar route.
Completed.
Went out, grabbed the 2 base sectors, teleported back, and now making my way to the corner. And I've chosen Obliterate, Brute Force, Ellen's Fire, and Deep Waters for my first 2 levels, and I still have 2 to spend. Coming up next, we shall see what I'm doing. I need to start doing that in a third person. Still, it's really awkward to cast yourself. By the way, there is another series I have casted yesterday on Twitch, which will be coming up after this one has concluded. So I think I'll upload 1 game a day, just to spread out my content a little bit, so you have something to look forward to every day. The reason why this is coming here up first is that I still have to edit that footage, because we had some technological difficulties. They might well amuse you. At least I hope so. But we still do have to make sure it doesn't happen in this one. So we've got some nice light harass here. Some scoundrels up in Mad Hat's business in the woodcutter section, while he is sending out the pathfinders to harass the lumber camp on the other side. Has been forced off for the time being. Does lose a worker there. Let's see what's in the build.
We're being attacked.
So we've got 2 guardians idling here. That's pretty bad for him. He's really gotta get these guys going. Maybe he hasn't noticed it quite yet.
She's caught a scent.
But meanwhile, he's gonna try to put some pressure up on this side, see if he didn't grab it. Sometimes he can get away with it. Especially if it's the first time he plays against someone, you don't know their power level or how much experience they have in the game. Sometimes you can get away with things like this. So we're just gonna see some light worker harass there. Nothing too fancy. Goblins seem to have been forced to move a little bit. There's a big attack here coming in from GeAR5shift's goblins on the druid. But as you can see, like the druid is just a powerhouse in terms of AoE. And with all the perks and power, obliteration and Alan's fire, he can really go to town on these little fellas. Does lose the Pathfinder here, which is a bit sloppy. But oh, there comes another obliterate, almost dodged there. But the auto attack might just finish off another goblin. Will he get the last completed. One? And gets another one. Puts him up pretty far. So we've got double brute force, obliterate, concentration, Alan's fire, and deep waters for this particular build. Tries to get another worker. Does take a lot of damage from the outpost though. Meanwhile, GeAR5shift is up in Manhattan's business here. Back there. Looks like he noticed it a little bit late. But the occultist now is being pulled into the lower sanctum here. Get some damage done on him. Oh, tries to leech, but it's not quite enough. Does pop a potion. But teleports out. And gets out. So we're 6 minutes in. No one has grabbed the Medusas yet. We do see the outpost being stolen here. That was a very good move by GeAR5shift. Has managed to grab hold of that forward position here. Meanwhile, we see a hunting cabin, woodcutter, and a stonecutter being added over there. Another banner coming up. And a hunting cabin and double grove in the corner sector among the godstone. Some goblins trying to sneak past. Looks like he didn't see it. But another nice pressure play here. Teleported back. Elves do have trouble to upgrade all their sectors early on, so Orcs can really punish that by going after unupgraded sectors. But here's a neat little thing. The Rod Stone from the Druid on level 3. Since you are staying on level 3 for quite a while, it is a pretty nice spell to just apply some siege damage to an outpost. And just with the 2 Guardian and the Druid, putting some pressure on that thing.
Our workers are under attack.
So we don't have quite the DPS to rush that down, trying to get rid of the workers there. Just for some extra XP. And there comes the Rod Stone again. Oh, the Frontier Outpost upgrades. And a nice pull interrupts it.
What do you require?
But just about getting out. Looks like he lost 1 Guardian there. But considering with how few Guardians he started, that was pretty good stuff. Could have worked. Just needed a little bit more there to really get that thing down. But there comes some AoE to scare away the Goblin Tide. Meanwhile, some more farms being added. How's the economy looking for Madat? So it's pretty good stone and wood-wise. Just need some more food. Which is probably why we're gonna see the farm added there. And the tier 2 is not quite underway as of yet.
Building complete.
We are already tier 2 for our Orc player. A lot of outposts are up. Looks like we don't have the iron mines just about coming up. Economy-wise, we're looking pretty okay. Depends how much we have queued up. Ooh, a goblin gets picked off there. That's unfortunate. But looks like the economy is not quite flowing here. Otherwise, you would see like this already upgraded with a lumberjack. But there's an iron mine in the frontal sector, so that's not too bad. After being forced to upgrade that for defensive purposes. But 5 idle workers is definitely
our heroes grew stronger.
A little bit of an issue. So it looks like coincidentally both players are going for their respective Medusas. The Guardian count is slowly growing. Let's check the hero levels. So we're still on 4. Looks like we were at the shop here for the Mad Hat. He's got himself the nice level tier 2 rope, some totems of scouting, and a fire orb. Whereas this GeAR5shift doesn't seem to have been at the shops yet. Yep, still 6,000 gold in the bank. Let's see if he's gonna do something with that going forward. But yep, both players level 4 now. We do still have 2 points to spend here. We'll see what's gonna happen, but looks like there's gonna be a happy meeting in the middle. The conga line of Guardians, oh, just lines them up perfectly here for a nice little obliterate. And very nice pull there. That's a lot of Guardians body blocked. And does indeed. Oh, just managed to get out of there. Here comes another Ellen's Fire. Goblin's not quite microed out of there. Okay, boys are just chasing after the Guardians down there. But the Goblin Tide is pretty strong. Firebomb being dropped. Didn't gain that much value, looks like it. But the Obliterate is nice. Level 5 for the Druid. That can potentially be pretty huge. So let's see if we're gonna see... Oh, Treant's Grasp been added. Hang on, wanted the wrong thing. Doesn't look like we picked up Ellen's Wrath.
We're being attacked!
We haven't spent the points yet. So we did have Treant's Grasp before that. But gets away there just about. Another hunting cabin added. Does look like he probably needs some more groves. There's a third grove there. Looks like everything's rallied onto the hero. Let's see how GeAR5shift's economy is looking now. Iron mines. Not quite coming up as quick as you'd like. Okay, there's a double iron mine there.
We're under
We
attack.
have 15 in the bank, so never mind. It's pretty good. Let's see the production. I did set that up. There we go.
Building completed.
So looks like we mostly just have upgrades coming. Not that much in the build, unfortunately.
Building completed.
But a quick snipe on the outpost over there. And then a teleport back. Oh, that could be tricky for our Goblin player here. So here comes a big combo. It's Treant's Grasp with Ellen's Fire. And there's the ultimate. Applies 250 magical damage if the target is affected by Treant's Grasp or Ellen's Fire. So if both are stacked, it's 500 damage in total. Which is pretty damn good. Actually, that doesn't seem to be true. Because otherwise it would have completely deleted them. So there's a hefty bleed coming up, but it doesn't look like the leech is up. No, that's unfortunate. Isn't good. It does have a pretty hefty cooldown. Has he invested into concentration? Only 1 point. So could increase that substantially to really just keep himself alive, do more damage in the long run. But the banner does get sniped out again. Meanwhile, how's the Madhead's iron economy looking? We have been building things. Pretty in the red there. So things have been queued up. Should be coming along any moment now. Heart of the Forest added, as well as an Arcane Smithy.
We're
And
under attack.
for GeAR5shift, just a little bit of everything, I think. I need to check if he has a Bloodforge, but you've got a push on the fortified outpost. Still has a Fire Orb. Over. And I think even the Seeing Totems, so uses the Rod Stone again. Really burn that thing to the ground.
We're being attacked!
Nice and quick. And then just goes after the rest of the buildings, because if you leave these buildings, your enemy can teleport to them. But is forced to teleport back here, and it's just the supply
We're
issue at the
under
moment.
attack.
GeAR5shift is on 76 supply, but most of it seems to be running over here. But that's a pretty decent bait and switch. Forced him to teleport over there. And now goes after the very new captured outpost there. But Madhead is underway. And the forces are just a little bit scattered. But some Guardians are getting picked off here. That's a pretty good one here for GeAR5shift.
We're being attacked!
But he's still on level 4, unfortunately for him. So no ultimate abilities, no further power. But the hunter count is starting to rise. One of them does get picked off.
Scryer, we lost a sector!
But here comes Ellen's Fire and Treant's Grasp. And okay, so it doesn't seem to
We're
stack.
being attacked!
Oh no, it's 120 damage, so it does stack. It's just not as much as I thought. So it's 240 magic damage if both conditions are applied. And the Guardians are dropping quite quickly to the Hunters, but so the hunters themselves aren't looking too rosy here as well. And I think the supply difference is still at 60, but the trouble with the orc population, it's sometimes very deceptive because everything is on the map but still on the way.
Damn it! We lost a sector.
So manages to grab that down there. Orcs still in possession of a decent amount of sectors. There's an issue here. So if you're new to the game, one of the tricks here is hang on, how do I don't think I can see it from this perspective. There we go. So on this map it looks like there's a lot of lumber here, but if you look closely, the map border goes along the edge of the forest here. So this is actually not loggable. So the 200 wood is down here, so you have to put your logging cabins either there or up here. There's 2 spots for wood. Nice harassment here on the iron mine. It's just not quite enough goblins there. Oh, but looks like there's an engagement in the middle coming up. And there are protectors now slowly coming in to apply that little bit of extra resistances. Oh, but there's a massive Ellen's fire burning all these goblins. But the druid goes down. Giving the occultist level 5, but the occultist is very low, no health potions available. And the army's being left behind. That's a lot of iron units down again.
Chieftain, the outpost has been built. Our borders have expanded.
So a pretty rough fight for both of the players, but I think Mad Hat just pulled a bit in the lead. But not too bad. Let's see what do we have. So we've got an arcane smithy up. The melee upgrade for the swordsman is being added. I think if we click this way, yeah. So we've got the melee upgrade for the protectors, which gives them... It does reduce their attacks per second from 0.4 to 0.33, but they now hit 2 extra targets, as well as I think that doesn't increase the damage. It just I think it just increases the targets, the amount of targets they can hit. So they can slow down 3 targets for minus 33 movement speed, as well as providing the phalanx bonus, which is pretty good. So Malapine going to the shop still hasn't used the scouting totems. A bit disappointing to see. But druids now added with the healing aura of 5 per second. Does seem to shift around a lot. It used to be 20 a second, and I found out recently that it also works in combat.
Building completed.
So the healing donkeys are in full effect. But uses the protector here to tank the outpost and just heal them up with a single target stun switch. Meanwhile, GeAR5shift is consolidating his forces. Trying to contest, but he hasn't been to the shop yet, I think. Okay, it is just literally on the way. Got blood like tar. Good stuff. It's 12 idle workers though. Really needs to get out some farms. He's heavily negative in the food here. Gets the big armor. Let's hope he equips it. And does indeed so. So that's pretty good. That makes him into a real beast, especially on low health with his passives. But that elven army is pretty big now. Let's check the supply. Almost. It's only 20 pop lower for the elf player.
Our scholars have finished researching a new
and running away like this with the treant's grasp, the slows from the protectors. It's just pretty hard to run away from a druid. What's the damage like of these? Okay, they're all both in the support role at the moment. So the single target heal it is. Occultist is surrounded. Oh, might go down here. Oh, pops a health potion. Look at how tanky he is with all these buffs of the resistances. But eventually he does go down. And the population just doesn't look very good for our player here anymore. Just more treant's grasp, Ellen's fire is such a good zoning combination. And there we go, more rot stone to put on the fortified outpost. I nearly pressed the cursed button again. Actually having 2 spare points. But went for another cooldown. The Obliterate on 2 is very good. It increases the area of effect tremendously, especially the range. It's an extremely good ability. So cleans that up, upgrades this, and oh boy.
We're under attack.
GeAR5shift is trying to repopulate. Some Wanderers added into the mix for some AoE. They basically pierce targets in a straight line for their 50 pierce damage. After the upgrade on tier 3, they can get... I don't know if it's substitutes it or just adds both damage types. So it does add magical damage to their attacks, which is usually better on most of the tier 1 chaff units. Since most of them have pierce resistance, but no magic resistance. And my telephone's just going off, which is a bit irritating. There you go, teleport's over, now some ballistas added for some siege. And GeAR5shift is 78 minus in the food production. Really needs to get some farms going. This is not looking healthy for him. Anything else purchased? What's this build? So we've got 1 point in concentration. We've got the Bloodlight Tar and the Sanguine Burst.
We lost the sector.
And GeAR5shift concedes. GG, well played. And let's see what the next game has in store for us. Thank you for watching. Next games will be uploaded 1 day at a time. As I said, I'm trying to get into casting, so more to come. But yeah, just look at the damage, 62,000 damage dealt by hero. It is a pretty brutal playstyle, but it's also pretty fun. GG, well played. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.